Have you ever tried every technique, kept every routine, and still watched nothing change? The frustration is real. You were told to visualize harder, to affirm louder, to discipline more, and it became a burden. What if the reason it felt impossible was not you, but the complexity you were given? Your mind is exhausted, your heart is tired, and your results seem stuck. You are not broken. You need a simple way to meet reality. Today we make manifestation simple by shifting from force into clarity, from craving into being, from noise into a steady signal. I know the ache of trying without seeing. In this video, you will learn why simplicity works in the quantum field, how to move from wanting into being, a morning protocol to tune the already frequency, and the emotional neutrality that keeps you aligned. By the end, you will hold a clear plan you can apply today. If this message aligns with your soul, and you want to always receive powerful messages like the one you're about to hear, we invite you to join our community by subscribing to the channel. Now, if you're prepared, let's enter the quantum zone together. You have tried to manifest with stacks of steps and strict routines, and nothing has truly moved. Complexity promised precision, yet it delivered confusion and fatigue. Simplicity works because the field responds to clarity, not to clutter. When your attention is scattered, your signal fractures and your results wobble. When your attention is simple, your signal stabilizes and the field can reflect it. Think about a radio that crackles because several stations fight for volume. Now imagine one clean station tuned with care. Your life receives what you consistently broadcast. If your identity broadcasts doubt, effort, and urgency, the feedback you meet will mirror that broadcast. Simplicity changes the broadcaster. It reduces mental load, steadies emotion, and allows a consistent intention to be measured by reality. Measurement here means sustained awareness that selects and holds a possibility long enough for action and opportunity to line up. The old identity often runs a background script that says you must earn, chase, and prove before you can have. That script multiplies steps and keeps you busy so that you never rest in being the person who has. Simplicity cuts the script and installs a shorter line of code. I am the one who already embodies the outcome. From this identity, the next action becomes obvious and light. There is less to do and what remains is aligned. Let me tell you a story. After months of trying everything, a listener named Mara wrote that she felt invisible to her own intentions. She woke early, repeated long affirmations, checked timelines, and graded herself nightly. Her mind was loud, her body was tense, her results were slow. Mara and I simplified to a single daily question and a single state practice. The question was simple. What is the smallest honest action that proves I am already the one who has this result today? The state practice was even simpler. We called it Coherence Prime. Sit upright with feet on the ground. Place one palm over the heart and one palm on the belly. Inhale gently through the nose for 4 slow counts. Exhale gently for 6 slow counts. During the exhale, soften the jaw and relax the shoulders. On the next inhale, bring to mind one genuine moment of gratitude from the last 24 hours. Hold that feeling for the length of the inhale. On the exhale, speak one line internally. It is already real, and I am safe to receive it. Repeat for 5 breathing cycles. This pattern calms survival reactivity, restores prefrontal leadership, and synchronizes heart rhythms with brain rhythms. In that synchronized state, your intention becomes a clear instruction rather than a plea. You are no longer pushing reality. You are instructing it with steady presence. Mara practiced Coherence Prime each morning, then acted on the smallest honest action related to her goal. Within 2 weeks, her emails grew bolder, her meetings felt lighter, and opportunities that had been parked began move. Nothing mystical was added. Noise was removed. This is why simplicity works. The quantum responds to stable patterns. Simplicity creates a stable pattern that the world can echo. If you really stop to think, complexity is often a disguise for fear. More techniques feel safer than one clear choice because one clear choice exposes you to being seen. But there is a deeper layer. Simplicity reveals the old identity that needed effort to feel deserving. When you drop the extra steps, you face the belief that you are not enough as you are. This is where freedom begins. You're invited to try the same micro-practice today. Set a timer for 2 minutes and complete Coherence Prime as given. Ask the single question, then choose the smallest honest action that proves your new identity before noon. Log the action, not the outcome. Outcomes will follow the pattern you repeat. Simplicity is not passive. Simplicity is precision. It cuts away theatrics so that your nervous system can stay coherent and your attention can remain with one message. Hold that message long enough and reality will organize around it. As we move forward, we will expose the hidden wanting trap and show you how to remain in being without effort. That is where simplicity becomes natural and results accelerate. Have you noticed that the harder you want a result, the farther it seems to move? The wanting trap is the loop where desire broadcasts lack and the field returns delay. You add more tactics and tighter routines, yet nothing fundamental changes. If you really stop to think, wanting often becomes a habit that postpones living. But there is a deeper layer. Wanting says, I am not the one who has. Being says, I am the one who has. The field reflects the identity you hold with stability. When your nervous system lives in pursuit, it filters for absence and misses the doors that are open now. When your identity rests in being, perception highlights actions that match that identity. Think about a mirror. If you wait for the mirror to smile first, nothing happens. In the wanting trap, you demand proof before you act like the one who has. In the being state, you act as the one who has and proof follows. This is not about pretending. This is about choosing a coherent state that your body can sustain long enough for reality to measure it. Measurement here means repeated attention that stabilizes a pattern until matter and opportunity organize around it. Let us return to Mara. She had simplified and felt calmer, yet a quiet hunger still pulled at her chest. Each time she thought of her goal, her mind produced a list titled Almost. Almost ready, almost there, almost enough. That list kept her outside the door she wanted to enter. We mapped the wanting script. It sounded like this. When I have the result, I will feel relief and permission to act boldly. When I do not have the result, I will hold back and keep fixing myself. This trained her body to link bold action with later. We replaced it with a being script. It sounded like this. I am the person who has this result. Because I am that person, I take one clear action that expresses who I am today. Her emails became direct. Her meetings shifted from performance to presence. Her state changed and the world answered the new broadcast. You may find a similar script in your day. Do you delay the action that would prove your identity until the world says yes first? What would happen if you claimed your place now and acted from it? Many people feel safer in struggle because struggle once earned belonging. Ease can feel unsafe because it removes the busy shield that hid you from judgment. This is why being is not just a mindset. It is a training of the body to rest in safety while holding a clear instruction. Neuroscience offers a doorway. When the exhale is longer than the inhale, the vagus nerve quiets stress responses and increases heart rate variability. This restores leadership to the prefrontal networks that plan, choose, and inhibit unhelpful impulses. In that physiology, your chosen identity becomes a stable pattern that your actions can express. Use the following micro-practice to exit the wanting trap and enter the being state. Sit or stand with a straight spine and relaxed shoulders. Place one hand over the heart and one hand on the belly. Inhale through the nose for 4 counts. Exhale through the nose for 6 counts. During the exhale, say silently, I am safe now. On the next inhale, see your outcome as finished and pick one tiny detail that proves it. On the exhale, say silently, as the one who already has this, I choose one honest action within 5 minutes. Open your eyes and ask, what is that one action right now? Then complete that action before you check messages or metrics. Keep the action small and finishable within minutes. Write the action on a page labeled proof and add one sentence that begins with I am the one who has, followed by the action you completed. This converts intention into evidence. Evidence trains the body to trust being more than it trusts the drama of wanting. But what about goals that feel far away? Being does not deny distance. Being invites one signal repeated at every mile. If the outcome is a book, the being action is one paragraph today. If the outcome is healing, the being action is one supportive choice today. If the outcome is a relationship, the being action is one clear conversation today. This ends the trance of later. It installs a rhythm where you move first because that is who you are. Mara practiced this micro-practice for 3 weeks. Some days felt bright, some days felt dull. Every day she completed one honest action. By the second week, she received an introduction and a speaking invitation. Soon after, a contract arrived ready to sign. Result did not come because she begged more skillfully. Result came because she broadcast being with consistency. When you practice being, you reduce the friction that scatters your signal. You become easy to find. You become easy to help. You become easy to say yes to. This is the exit from the wanting trap. This is the entrance to the being state. Choose one honest action in the next 5 minutes and watch how the world begins to reorganize around who you are. There is a deeper layer after leaving the wanting trap, and it begins when the day begins. Morning is the first measurement of your identity, and the way you start sets the signal the field will mirror. Many people wake into pressure, and the mind chases tasks before the body finds center. If you really stop to think, this rush teaches your nervous system to search for what is missing. The protocol below makes the morning simple and repeatable, and it turns noise into one clear broadcast that says, I am already the one who has. Think of a musician who tunes the instrument before a performance. If the first note is clean, every song that follows carries that clarity. This protocol tunes your state so that being leads action. Step 1 is to wake and sit up with a straight spine and place both feet on the ground. Choose to pause before you touch any device. Place one hand over the heart and one hand on the belly. Inhale through the nose for 4 slow counts and exhale through the nose for 6 slow counts. During the exhale, soften the jaw and release the shoulders. Repeat for 3 gentle cycles. This calms the body, increases heart rate variability, and restores leadership to the networks that direct focus and choice. Simplicity gives your brain and heart a single instruction to follow. Step 2 is proof breathing. On the next inhale, bring to mind one real moment of gratitude from the last day. Hold the feeling for the length of the inhale. On the exhale, speak silently. It is already real, and I am safe to receive it. Complete 5 cycles at an easy pace. This lengthens the exhale, steadies the heart, and shifts attention from craving to calm readiness. Step 3 is identity priming. Whisper one line that begins with I am the one who already has, followed by your outcome in simple language. Speak slowly and let the body feel the meaning of each word. This line is not a plea. This line is a clear description of who you are choosing to be. Step 4 is sensory proof. See the outcome as finished and choose one detail you would naturally notice when it is real. It can be the way your shoes sound on a new floor, the light on a document waiting for your signature, or the feeling of a handshake that marks an agreement. Name the single detail aloud and feel it for one breath. Step 5 is the smallest honest action. Ask, as the one who already has this, what is the smallest honest action I can complete within 5 minutes today? Wait for a simple answer and trust the first calm instruction you notice. Write the action on a card titled Proof and complete that action before you check messages or metrics. Completion is the signal that tells your body that being is real now. There is a deeper layer that anchors the shift from concept to embodiment. Add a 2-minute body wake that suits you. You can perform a slow spinal roll, a short walk on your street, or a cold water face rinse. Movement clears the residue of sleep, refreshes alertness, and reinforces the new pattern with sensation. Optional support can follow if you have a few extra minutes. Play a track of gentle tones and keep your eyes soft while you breathe at a relaxed pace. During the track, repeat your identity line once every minute and return to feeling rather than thinking. If thoughts argue, allow them to pass without debate. The field measures what you hold with steadiness, and steady feeling sends a clearer instruction than constant analysis. Now let us place the protocol inside a morning so you can see yourself in it. Mara wanted clarity without pressure, and her old routine was a maze of steps. She would read, journal, review lists, and still feel behind. She replaced the maze with the protocol you just learned. She sat up, breathed 4 and 6, and felt the jaw soften. She repeated 5 proof breaths and whispered her identity line. She saw a single detail, the subject line of a message that confirmed approval. Then she chose the smallest honest action, which was to send a 2-sentence proposal to the person she had been avoiding. She walked to the window for a slow spinal roll and felt her feet on the floor. The whole process took under 10 minutes and her mind was quiet. By the 2nd week, the proposal had become a meeting, and the meeting became a signed agreement. Change did not come from more effort. Change came from a consistent morning signal that reality could recognize and mirror. You can begin tomorrow and treat it as an experiment rather than a test. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier and promise yourself to finish the protocol before touching a device. Keep the steps on a card beside your bed during the first week. Let each morning be one clean note that tunes the day to the already frequency. As we move forward, we will explore how to stay in this frequency through detachment and emotional neutrality, so the signal remains clear when the world is loud. You have felt the relief of simplicity, and now the task is to keep that frequency through the day. Detachment means you no longer let the scoreboard decide your state, while you keep acting as the one who already has. Emotional neutrality means you allow feeling to move without giving it the steering wheel. Have you noticed how one delay can pull you back into grasping? If you really stop to think, the grasping itself is the interference that scatters your signal, but there is a deeper layer. The old identity learned that struggle creates safety and that proof gives permission. That identity urges you to chase, because chasing feels familiar. Your work is to hold frequency while reality organizes around you. Think of a thermostat. Weather can swing from cold to hot, yet the thermostat holds the chosen setting and the system adjusts. Detachment is that steady setting. Neutrality is the calm that keeps the system from overcorrecting. Now a short story. Mara had a meeting cancelled an hour before it began. Her chest tightened and the wanting trap whispered that nothing was moving. Old identity drove her to draft several messages and to search for new tactics. She stopped and used a simple anchor, and the day returned to frequency. Use the same anchor when you feel pulled. Sit or stand with a straight spine and soften your shoulders. Place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 6 counts. On the exhale, label the trigger in plain words. Say, the meeting was cancelled. Say, the message did not arrive. Labeling reduces alarm and restores clear choice. On the next inhale, widen your visual field to include the space beside you and behind you. This open focus slows tunnel attention and reduces the value you assign to the trigger. On the exhale, speak one line silently. I am the one who already has, and I keep my setting. Now choose the smallest honest action that expresses your setting without chasing. Send one calm confirmation of your next availability. Refine one paragraph that matters. Prepare one item you would naturally have ready when the outcome is real. Complete the action before you check for replies. You have just practiced detachment in motion. You did not ignore reality. You refused to let metrics set your mood. People feel that steadiness, and steadiness invites trust. Trust invites doors to open. Protect this steadiness with a simple plan. Creative then cues that catch familiar triggers. If the mind starts worst-case pictures, then I take 3 slow breaths and name 2 objects I can see. If the inbox is quiet after an important message, then I complete one proof action before refreshing anything. If a conversation stirs doubt, then I touch the chair with both hands and speak one sentence that begins with, I am the one who has. Use this plan for 1 week and watch how fast you return to center. Mara did this, and the cancelled meeting became a better meeting with a clearer scope. Her state no longer swung with every update. Her signal stayed steady long enough for reality to measure it. Choose your setting each morning and keep it during the day. Hold the setting, complete the smallest honest actions, and let the field meet you where you stand. You have seen why simplicity sharpens the signal, how the wanting trap gives way to the being state, and how one morning protocol sets the tone for the day. You now know how to hold frequency through detachment and emotional neutrality. Choose your state. Embody it with one honest action. Release the outcome. Notice what opens next. What would shift if you removed one extra step today and replaced it with one proof of who you already are? What becomes possible when you stop checking for confirmation and keep your setting steady? Remember that the field follows frequency, not timelines and not toil. Congruence is attractive. If the mind asks for more, offer coherence. If doubt appears, repeat your identity line and act from it within minutes. Activation. I allow clarity. I live the already state. If you absorb this message and you are among the few who will put it into practice, write in the comments the phrase, I live the already state. Now, if you feel a call to explore the inner realm of self-discovery and you wish to continue the journey of today, 2 messages will appear on the screen. One will guide you toward a deeper understanding of your consciousness, and the other will reaffirm familiar beliefs intended to keep you in old vibrations. I will not label them for you. Trust the frequency that resonates most in your chest. I hope to see you in the other side.